Good morning, distance learners. So we are back for day 10, which is the start of our third week of distance learning. So we made it through 2 weeks and we're just going to keep at it. You guys are being so resilient and I miss you so much. And I cannot wait until May 4th when I get to see you. And it's going to be a great day when it happens. Today we're going to be talking about the coordinate plane again because I know that's something we haven't talked about in a long time and I want to refresh your memories on it to keep our brains going. So let's get to it. All right, so again, our objective today is going to be to use the coordinate plane to plot and identify points in all four quadrants. I know in fifth grade you guys only did the first quadrant with all the positive numbers, and then this year we added the negative numbers into it. Okay, so as you guys remember, there are four different quadrants, and then we have our x-axis, which goes horizontal, and then we have our y-axis, which goes up and down, and then they cross at the origin, which is 0.00. So, and then our first quadrant is, oh, where's my pen? All positive. And then we go around to quadrant 2, which is a negative x and a positive y. Then we keep going to quadrant 3, where everything is negative. So we have a negative x and a negative y. And then quadrant 4, we have a positive x and then a negative y. Again, because the x's go across, the y's go up and down. And as you guys remember, we plot x points and then y points. So we go over and then up. So we draw the over and then up or down. All right, I'm going to give you guys a minute to jot that down if you need. All right, moving on. So say we can also plot shapes on the coordinate plane. So say a student drew a triangle on a coordinate plane and the points of the vertex are shown. So, oh my God, that's a horrible, horrible axis. All right. Okay, so point E is at -2, -3. So we go over to -2 and then down to -3. Point F is at 1, 5. And G is at 4, -3. And this was at 1, 5. What is the length of side? So then this all makes a triangle. I apologize for my terrible drawing. What is the length of side EG? So the side that goes from E to G here. As we see, and then so we know that E is 2 left, 2 to the left, because it's over at -2. And then G is 5 to the right. So if I counted those all, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units altogether. The 2 to the left and then the 5 to the right make a length of 7 units. So the length of EG would be 7. All right, moving on. Oh, that went twice by mistake. Okay. Wendy will plot point L so that when connected, points J, K, and L will form a right triangle. Which of the following could be the point of point L? So remember, a right triangle means there needs to be a right angle. So we're basically just going to plot each point and then see if it would make a right triangle. Point A would be at -7, 1. So that's option A. And then that would not form a right triangle. That would actually form an obtuse if I put all the points together. If you guys can see that. So that would not form a right triangle. -1, 7 for B. That would also form an obtuse triangle if you guys looked at it here. So that's not a right triangle. Oops. Then we have the point 2, 4. If I made this triangle here, what is going on here? If I made this triangle here, that would in fact make a right triangle because we have two straight lines that would form a right angle. So it would be option C, 2, 4, because if I plot the point 2, 4 here, it ends up making two straight lines, which in turn makes that right angle here. All right, moving on. Point E is represented by -8, 5, and then a reflection will appear over the x-axis. Okay, so reflections we have not talked about in a while. So I'm going to draw an axis here just so we can see it visually. This is -8, and then this would be 5. So that's point E here. This is X, no, sorry, this is Y, and then this is X. Okay, so we want to reflect over the x-axis. So our axis of reflection is the x, which means it's this line here that I'm drawing over. If I can see, this is 5 above the x-axis. So a reflection would go 5 below the x-axis, which would put us at, we're still at -8, but then we're flipping over to -5 because we're sliding it down to go over the x-axis. If it went over the y-axis, we'd be going to the other way, but it says over the x-axis. That's very important, which axis you're going over. So I would always underline that first so you know which axis you're going over. And again, so since we're going over the x-axis, since it's a point, the original point is 5 units above, the other point would be 5 units below, so it would be at -8, -5. All right, plot a triangle with vertices 4, -2, 1, -2, and 4, 5. Connect the points to make a triangle. Okay, we can do this. So 4, -2 means we would go over to the 4, down 2. Because again, we always do the x first, and then y. And then 1, -2. Over 1, down to -2. And then over 4, up 5. Oh, so this is actually going to end up making a nice right triangle for us. Again, go over 4, and then up to 5. And then we're going to connect these points to make a nice triangle. Well, mine's not as nice because this drawing tool is not the best. Okay, so that would be our triangle. Again, always x and then y. And all right, match each ordered pair to its corresponding point. So I see that point B is over -5. Sorry, -4. And then up 6. So point B would be -4, 6. Point A would be 4, 6. Point C would be -6, -4, because I'm going over to -6, down to -4. And that's point C, -6, -4. And then point D, well, I mean process of elimination, but would be at over 6, down to -4. So those are our 4 points matched up. All right, and that is it for now. You guys are now going to head over to the Linkit code that's posted on Google Classroom with this same assignment and complete the Linkit. Please remember that you need to do the video and the Linkit to get full credit for the day. And then I will see you all on Zoom at 10:30. All right, bye guys.